Happy Wednesday, my loves. It's me, Kesha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Love and Hip Hop Miami, Season 6, Episode 18 review. So on this week's episode, we kick things off with Gaelle going to Bobby's event to confront him about not coming to her grand reopening of her restaurant. They go outside and talk, and she explains to him that he wasn't there and that a lot of other people didn't show up that she invited. And he basically was like, look, girl, I told you the reason why I couldn't come. I already had a gig, but you got to realize that you burned a lot of bridges with a lot of people, and a lot of people just simply don't F with you like that. And like, you got to continue to show these people that, you know what I'm saying, you are changing. And she agrees, and she takes that in, and I was very shocked. And she says that, you know, she really wants people to see that she is changed and that she not on the same time that she used to be on. So she suggests that they take a group trip. And he was like, well, you already know how things went down the last time we took a group trip. Like, you was one of the people that ruined it. But she was like, I promise you it won't be like that. So he was like, all right, I'll plan it with you, but if things go left, I will never do anything with you again. So Miami is going on their cash trip and Atlanta are going on their cash trip, both at the same time. So then we see Shay. She links up with her mama to have lunch, and she tells her mama how she really don't want her brother MJ to try to rekindle things with Amada, especially since her and Amada just got their relationship back on track. And you know, your sibling get to dating one of your close friends, it could get real messy like it did in the past. So I get where she's coming from, and I don't see them getting back together again. I don't think that Amada wants MJ. We already see or saw on this week's episode who in fact she really does want. And MJ ain't got no money. MJ ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? So she most definitely ain't backtracking to that. She then tells her mama about how she went on a date with Mike Nasty. Now, I'm not calling no grown man no Mike Nasty, okay? And you shouldn't even be called yourself Mike Nasty and you damn near 50 years old. Absolutely not. And her mama was like, I don't think that's what you should be concentrating on right now. But Shay tells her mama that he was really nice, really respectful, and he was basically almost too good to be true. And her mama was like, well, if that's the case, he probably is. And she was like, you know, tell me more about him. And Shay tells her that, you know, he's a businessman. He has some businesses like in Colombia or something like that, that he has been to jail in the past. And her mama really is on some like, nah, Bernie. She was like, look, I want to meet him. I want to talk to him myself because I see things that you don't want to see or you refuse to see. So, I agree with her mama to an extent that she needs to slow down because she just got out of the situation with Fabo or whatever the case may be. But so far, dude seemed to be okay. You know what I'm saying? He is a different type of dude considering what Shay has dated in the past. He might be somebody that's good for her. But we shall see. We shall see. Now, the question is she good for him? And based off tonight's episode, I would say no. So Allan mama Marta visits Amada at her home, and they sit down and have a one-on-one conversation, and she tells Amada that Allan told her he still loves her, and Amada admits that she loves him as well. And she tells his mama how they had a conversation about the fact that she don't want to have another baby daddy. She just want him to be her baby daddy, and how she want to have another baby with him. And the mama seemed to be down with it. And I'm looking like, oh, y'all are nuts. Because it's the same mama that was saying, you know, she ain't want them to be together. And it was a bunch of mess. So Amada mama joined the conversation and reminds her that you do remember this man said that he's happily married to his wife. While you sitting up here talking about, I love you, I want you, you're the one that I live for, and I can't take it anymore. I love you. And I'm looking like, girl, what fairy tale are you living in, Amada? Okay, you and Marta look like some damn fools. So the mama get to talking about how he said he'll leave the wife for her. And I was like, if he was gonna leave his wife for her, he would have been did it by now. How old are y'all kids now? Ain't them little girls like 14? and they in junior high at this point. That man ain't bit more leaving that lady. If he was gonna leave her, he would have been dead by now. So Trina and Swerve are or had been doing her press tour for her autobiography that she released, and they have been arguing a little bit. Like, they've been having some marital spouts, which has been different for them because they usually don't argue with one another. And they're in the hotel talking, and he's basically saying to her he's not used to being in the spotlight. He's not used to people knowing their business, questioning him, who he is as a person, their relationship and everything, and the criticisms that comes along with it. And I was like, you didn't think about any of this before y'all got married? You were marrying Trina, a rap legend. Like, what was you thinking was gonna happen? You didn't okay. So he tells her that he wants to go to counseling to really deal with the situation because it's really bothering him. And he does end up going to see his pastor or a pastor and talk about, how he's been feeling. And he realizes that he has to learn how to be a little bit more domesticated and, just to block out the noise and stay focused on his marriage, and I just took that as less street dude, more husband. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like they got bigger things to worry about. Like, what's going on with this kid that's supposed to be yours? Did you seek her out on purpose? Are you a fame hungry person? Like, I feel like those are the conversations that we need to be having, but we ain't, because Trina don't want to address the real deal, Holyfield. So then we see Joy, who has decided she's about to be a member of the L Word, and she goes to So Unique's video shoot where she is doing like a pop the balloon segment, and she twerking and gyrating in front of all these men, and Joy come popping all the balloons or whatever and got an attitude, asking her why she doing all that. You ain't got to do all of that or whatever. Come over here with me. Come on over to death row. And I'm like, what is going on here, Joy? All of a sudden now you a lesbian. And then you're going to be a lesbian with somebody that your husband has been with physically. Y'all might as well just all be together. Like, make it make sense. So she tell the girl that, she didn't like her, being all up on the guys or whatever. And then she like her and want to give it a shot. And I'm like, get this mess off my screen. Please stop. Please stop. I don't believe this mess. I really honestly don't, because it's nasty. And really, Joy? Really, Joy? Really? You want to change who you sleep with, but you won't change them fat wigs? Okay. Yeah, all right. So then we see Allan popping up at Amada's house to come see her and the kids, but she ain't there because she's out filming with the cast or whatever. And her mama tells him that, she ain't there and basically won't let him in the house to see the kids, child. And they stand outside talking, and Amada's mama confronts him about this whole having another baby situation, and they go back and forth about that. And she tells him, by the way, Amada ain't even here. She out with MJ. And that really triggered him, because he like, MJ, like, oh, so we playing these type of games? Okay. So he hops in the whip and he leaves. Then we go to where Amada is. She's at MJ's show to support his new song and the music video with him and Shay mama. She reunites with Shay's mom. They have a little nice, hey girl, how you doing? I ain't seen you in a long time. Nah. So we see Pinky Doll arrives, and Pinky Doll and Amada had got into it over the whole Ray J One Wish movie crap or whatever. So Pinky Doll tells Tip and Bobby that Amada basically lifts herself up and is all about herself and downplays her. And I was like, you just met the lady. How you come to all this, all these conclusions? I'm like, I'm so confused. What is going on? Get that girl off of this show. Pinky Doll does not fit in. She just simply does not. Poor casting choice. Get her off. So then Shay and Mike Nasty Child, they arrive. And Amada, talks to Shay one-on-one, because they back cool, and she was like, girl, this man is not your type. You like slender guys. And she was like, I know, I'm trying something different. I actually think that if he is who he say he is, that he would be a great man for Shay. I think that he would be a great man for Shay. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's calm, that ain't gonna take no mess from her, that's gonna support her, love her, and be a good man, Savannah. So I think it might be a good thing for her to switch up and get with a big dude. You know what I'm saying? So Shay's mama sits down and talks to Mike. And, you know, he explains that, yeah, he did go to jail like 20 years ago. He learned his lesson. He knows how to treat a woman and all of these things. He's yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. And they had a really good rapport with one another. And she really saw him for who he is and was like, okay, I like this. We gonna see. But, you know, she was like, I like it. And I like him. I like him so far. So then Pinky and Amada get into it all over again, child. I can't even tell you what they was arguing about because I really didn't care enough. But then Allan pop up out of nowhere and they go over to the side and he tells her how her mama said basically to leave her daughter alone. And as they're having a conversation, Shay done got all amped up talking about, you know, usually I stay out of my friend's situation, but like I just can't keep quiet no more. So she decides to confront Allan about how the last time they was all together, he called Amada a black ass. And I'm like, I don't even understand how she is forgetting all of that. Like, this man totally disrespected you, the mother of his children. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you talking about you want to lay down and have another kid with him? Like, you're an idiot. So Shay going real hard and going off or whatever. She even try to attack this man physically. And Amada's like, Shay, that's enough. That's enough. He and MJ have words. They almost, you know, try to fight each other. It's just a mess. Then you got Mike Nasty then took off his button up. He's sweating. And I'm like, what are you doing, sir? You just met this girl 2 minutes ago and you already about to fight for her love. That's what threw me about him. That would have turned me off to see this woman acting like that out in public. I don't care if you're filming a reality show or not. That would have gave me the go ahead to chuck up the deuce and gone on about my business. But he was ready to throw hands. And I was like, you're weird. So Amada and Allan sit down and have a one-on-one conversation after everything is kind of calmed down a little bit. And he talking about he do respect her. How? When? Where? What? Girl. So then Amada was like, when I asked you about having another baby, you said you had to ask your wife. I'm not trying to be a side B to no man. Girl, you been a side B to this man for years. What are you talking about? You sound like a buffoon. Huh? This ain't Black Mirror. Like, what is you talking about? So then she get to crying and carrying on, talking about she been waiting on him and waiting, and he holds the purse strings and he won't let her go, and he knows that she loves him and he keeps her lingering on, and she's had all these hopes that one day he'll see the value in her and he'll love me, choose me, pick me, want me, love me. And I'm like, this is not Grey's Anatomy, ma'am. Like, stop. You are not Ellen Pompeo. It was like, what is happening here? And she was like, if you've never gonna be my family, just say that and I'll move on and I'll be a single mother. Girl, you been a single mother. Did you forget that he wasn't even there for you when you was pregnant with them little girls? Like, Amada is a joke. She's a joke. She is a jokey joke. I couldn't even take her serious. It was given actress. And the best actress award for the telenovela goes to, like, by Amada, because you couldn't have been serious. You could not have been serious. And if you were, you need Jesus. Okay. You need to lay your head on the cross. Okay. Overall, I'm going to give this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop Miami. I'm going to give it a C. It was alright. Like, this show is just way too over the top for me. It's lost any, like, authenticity, like heartfelt moments. Like, it's just ratchet and all over the place. Like, it amazes me that this show irks me more than anything on Zeus. And that says a lot. But y'all let me know down below in the comment section what y'all thought about this week's episode. Let's talk about it. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know my videos drop. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.